Welcome to Addressing Health, an exciting historical project that focuses on health in the Victorian and Edwardian Post Office and is a collaboration between 4 universities and the Postal Museum. The project is funded by the Wellcome and will run for 3 years. My name is David Green and I'm Professor of Historical Geography at King's College London. My colleagues are Laura Newman from King's, Nicola Shelton from UCL, Doug Brown from Kingston University and Kathleen McElvenna from the University of Derby. The main sources we'll be using are the pension records of workers who retired from the Post Office between 1859 and 1908. These records contain information about why people retired, often because of poor health, and the number of days off sick they had. The records themselves are contained in over 100 volumes of Treasury letters held at the Postal Museum, until now have been very difficult to find and to use. This is what a pension record looks like. It's for Charles Garlick, a retired postman from Manchester, who had to retire early because of a stomach ulcer. We're going to be photographing these records and eventually transcribing them. However, the problem is that before we do so, we need to have an index of how many records exist and the workers included in those records. There are approximately 30,000 of these records, but we don't know for sure, and this is why transcribing the handwritten index to the pensions is so important. This is what a page from the handwritten index to the pension records typically looks like. This is what you'll be working with. The entry shown in blue is for R. Sharp, a postmaster in Banagher, Ireland, who retired in 1865. You can see that each entry notes the name, occupation and place of work of anyone granted a pension. Somewhere on the page, usually on the left-hand side, there's a reference to a year and volume number. This tells us in which volume of the Treasury letters the record can be found. And on the right-hand side of the index, there's usually a number, and this refers to the page in the volumes that the pension record begins. Why is it important to transcribe these records? By entering each individual into an Excel spreadsheet, we'll be creating an incredibly valuable resource for the Postal Museum that will be the definitive guide to anyone who received a pension. This will be a real bonus for family historians too. Secondly, it will make it much easier to locate the individual records in each volume, and this will speed up the process of getting pension letters photographed once the Postal Museum reopens. And finally, by transcribing the index, we'll have a much better idea of exactly how many pensioners there were, and this will help us plan how much time we need to set aside to catalogue and transcribe the pension records themselves. We'll be transcribing details of each individual pensioner into an Excel spreadsheet. There is a separate handbook telling you how to do this, which we'll send to you shortly. Members of the team will be available to help if you need it. Creating the master index of all pensioners is the first thing we need to do to get the project underway. So thank you for lending your time to this project. By helping to transcribe the information, you will make an incredibly valuable contribution, not just to Addressing Health, but also to the Postal Museum itself. To find out more about Addressing Health, please visit our website at www.addressinghealth.org.uk or contact me, David Green, at david.r.green@kcl.ac.uk or Laura Newman at laura.1.newman@kcl.ac.uk. Thank you.